Welcome to the Make and Design Podcast. I'm your host, Carina Gardner. On this podcast, we're unraveling the everyday joys and dilemmas of design, making, and business. For makers who want to be designers and for designers who are makers, this is your inside scoop to help you grow your business and bring more creativity to your life. Hey there, today we're going to talk about the levels where you are as a designer. Okay, so there are 5 levels in my opinion. This is my framework that I am seeing very often with people who are in my design boot camps, people who are in my design suite program, and those of you who are designers out there in the field. I've talked to lots of different designers in different fields where you believe you actually are. And I'm going to talk to you about some of the hiccups I'm seeing at the different levels, okay? All right, here we go. So level number 1 is the most obvious. It is new. So in this level, you don't know the program, so you don't know Illustrator, you don't know Photoshop, or maybe you know them very, very slightly, but you have to still work on skills. So you're not working on strategic at this point, right? You are working on skill. You need to become skilled in the program. So that's our new level. That's the very most basic level. You have to pass that level to make it to the next one. The second level is learning. Okay, so at the learning level, very often you aren't making money yet, but you are working towards that. So you're established enough in the programs, like you know enough in the programs that you're moving forward, but you haven't actually started making money yet. Okay, this is where a lot of our design suite members are. Very often in design bootcamp, we have a lot of learning and we have a lot of new. So those are the kinds of people coming in. If you're one of those, that is not a bad place to be. It's just all of us were there at some point, right? We were all in the new and we were all learning. The third level is what I call experienced. Now, it's actually a huge jump from learning to experienced. Experienced requires having shops or contracts, doing actual design work. So you're actually leveling up in a way that makes you start making money. This is the stage where money actually usually comes into being, is experience. Here is why I'm talking about this today, because it became really obvious. I've talked to several designers recently that there are lots of designers who are stuck in the experienced realm, okay? So they're making some money. They're maybe not making as much money as they would like, but they're making some money and they're kind of stuck in that level. Some designers believe that's the best they can ever do. That is the level, okay? Others believe that they can't figure out or they don't have the strategies to make it to the next level, okay? There are lots of reasons why people end up in this experience realm and they never move further, okay? And a lot of it has to do with strategic energy. It comes down to knowing and doing the exact right things in your design business. Some of it is getting stuck in a rut, like you've kind of been doing the same things over and over again, and so that leaves you in that experienced place. Now, is the experienced place a terrible place? No. It's great. You're making some money, right? And most designers end up in that experienced realm. The next level up is expert. The designers I know of who are in the expert level, what they are doing is they're being smart, they're being strategic, they're usually very quick in the software, they figured out multiple ways to make money. They almost always end up above the $100,000 level. So in order to be expert, you have to be at that 6-figure level. Does that make sense? When you're at that 6-figure level, you're making money usually from multiple streams of income. Sometimes you have contracts, sometimes you don't. I know lots of designers who are doing really, really well who don't have a contract. They've got shops. They're doing online shops. They're doing freelance work. They've got this great design business going. Okay, those are our expert level. And expert is a great place to be. And I actually see a lot of designers stop at that level. I think more designers stop at that experience level because it is very hard. The jump from experience to expert is very difficult. When you're stuck between and it's a pretty big gap, but $1,000 to $99,000, it feels like you really do have to put in some stronger strategies and some very specific strategies to you. That's one of the things we do in our mastermind, is what strategies specifically work for you to move you to the next level, okay? So expert is a great place to be. For years and years and years, I was an expert, okay? That's kind of where I was, okay? The very top level I call branded. So once you are a branded designer, then no one can mess with you basically because you've got your own brand. You are the design work. You've got a level there that takes it far beyond just the design work, right? Now, I think most designers should be striving towards that branded design area. And there are different levels of this at in all kinds of fields. I can think of several designers they're what I consider branded. People know them for a specific thing. They know what they're doing and how they're doing it. Does that make sense? They generally are multiple six-figure, okay? And that's what takes you to the next level is that branding. So this is something I've been wanting to talk about for a while because I think you need to know where you are. If you know you're working on Illustrator, you're not trying to get your social media going, right? You're not trying to get into a shop. Like, you know where you're at. If you're at learning, you're starting to work towards getting into that shop. You're trying to get your stuff together, okay? Now, even though it feels like there's a bigger jump there from learning to experience, it's because each of these levels take about the same amount of time, right? Unless you get stuck and stop somewhere, okay? Like learning the programs, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of work. And it's like the very first barrier to entry for designers. If they can't learn that Illustrator, that new software, and get past that into learning, then they're just stuck, right? Same with learning. I know so many designers who get stuck in the learning period. They just want to learn more. They're learning, and they're getting better in the programs, but they're not actually doing anything with it. It's my experienced designers who are implementing. They're getting into shops, they're getting contracts, they're making money. And that's why sometimes people think experience is like that experienced level. That's where they kind of end up. And they're like, this is good. I'll stop right here. But my really smart designers know that there are more levels to hit, that expert and branded are the next levels to hit after that. It's all a growth process, and that you should be moving forward and trying to get to those next levels. Hopefully this helps, and I would love for you to figure out exactly where you are. Where are you in the process, okay? Start thinking about that, because I think that will really help you like hyper focus on the things that you actually need to work on in the stage that you are in right now, okay? Hopefully that helps. And by the way, if you have a chance, I would love for you to leave me a review. Reviews are the life of a podcast, and I really appreciate those of you who have left me reviews. It helps so much and allows me to create new content for you here and allows me to do it for free. And I just appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming, and I will talk to you guys soon. Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.